morning and welcome everyone to the UM News. I'm Nieves Gonzalez and today we are covering some news from that school. First is Santa Catalina School. Its students are willing to have Islam classes. Let's talk to our correspondent Marta Lopez.
We are here in a public school situated in the center of Murcia. Santa Catalina School already has Catholic religion, ethics and evangelical religion. This year, a group of students have asked for Islamic religion. Some parents don't agree with this. We are going to talk directly with the principal to see what procedure she is going to do.
Hello, Mrs. Lesaola.
Hi, please be welcome.
What is your main support?
Spain is a non-confessional nation as the 1982 Constitution says in Article 16, which means that there is not an official religion. This affects the complexity of the school that is related to the interaction that it has outside the main politics. Here, we are involving the teaching staff to create the schedule, but also the politicians which wrote the law.
How are you going to handle this?
First of all, I must hold a meeting with all the students and the parents that are involved in this new project to provide a connection within the learning and beyond the classroom. Because something outside the classroom is affecting an entire school, I will ask the counselor and the management team for their help. It is supported by the Law 26/1992, in which the Spanish Muslim can ask for Islamic religion classes, but there is sufficient demand.
How are you going to establish this with the teachers?
To make sure that everything follows the path, there is going to be a teacher reunion. This, of course, has a direct impact with the peer relationship, since they have to expose ideas and talk between them to have common points. In the LOMLOE, it is established to have meeting of teacher councils.
How are you going to introduce the tutors?
We need to have an exact number of all the students that are willing to have Islamic religion. In this case, the tutor of each class must ask and make a list. This is going to ensure the teacher-student relationship due to the implication of teacher. It is approved by the LOMLOE, which establishes a fundamental intervention to make the principle of equality and quality education a reality.
If I'm not wrong, the school board has to take place here. Am I right?
Yes. In the meantime, there is going to be a school board to inform the representative of each group of the situation. Following the Article 27 of the Spanish Constitution, teachers, parents and students shall intervene in the control and management of the center. This is going to affect the peers, student-teacher and beyond the classroom relationship, since there are three main groups taking place affecting directly to the students' development.
How are you going to find and hire a Muslim teacher?
Last year, the Education Department passed listed positions in order to assign it to different Islamic teachers through different ages. The best choice for us is to have two teachers. The main relationship affected is the connection within the context, in which since something new is changing many things. The coordinator, the Islamic teacher, the headmaster and the counselor are directly involved here.
The main problem is the parents that are against this new religion practice. How are you going to solve this?
We are going to have a meeting with the tutor and the parents to explain them everything and demonstrate that this new practice is not going to affect them. Plus, it is going to upgrade all the student relationship between them and the connections are going to improve. This is provided by Article 121 in the LOMLOE that regulates the educational project of the center, which includes the action tutorial plan.
Do you have something special in mind?
I have decided one thematic day in which we are going to contribute to coexistence and promote interculturality, but also to encourage respect among everyone. All people from the school are involved and it is going to improve all the relationships. It is supported by the Decree 16/2019, which establishes rules for coexistence in the schools.
Are you taking something more into account?
One of the last points is to talk to the Islamic Commission. This is going to be a connection beyond the classroom as it affects the inside of it. The mission will be in charge of the administrative board and it is followed by the law of 1992 that approves the cooperation between the state and the Islamic Commission of Spain.
And your last measure?
To finish, we are going to do an evaluation to see all our results. One is going to be for the students and the other for the tutors to see how the classroom environment has changed. This is supported by the Decree 126/2014, which regulates the official evaluation documents. Tutors and students are involved, which helps to the peer-to-peer relationship, since the students have help but also the teacher-student relationship because teachers have to observe and take care of the environment.
Wow, it has a lot of work indeed. We hope that you solve it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now it's time for the La Huesta School to take place. It is a school whose principal has a 5-point program related to coexistence that has changed a whole neighborhood. Please, Sonia Sanchez, explain to us.
Hi, we are connecting by video call with Mrs. Perez, the principal of the school. What is your first point?
Communication between members of the center so children can feel
useful, and listen. For this, they must emerge knowledge through connection. This is very important because the teacher is the main influence. Since they are little, the teacher is the main guide. So if they have a good relationship, they can develop as great humans.
What is your second point?
Respect the ethnic, the culture, and the religion of every classmate, teacher, cleaning staff, and the rest of the community. It is a representation of diversity and redundancy complexity because the school is changing all the time due to the introduction of new mindsets, educations, events, etc. The students are influenced by the environments and their surroundings.
What about values?
Promote a peaceful environment where they form values of respect and tolerance. This is directly related with the context since it deals with the governor, leaders, students, families, each one bringing their perspective, their experiences, their expectations, and their beliefs to their interactions.
And activities?
We want to promote dynamic and participatory activities between all ages. This has to do with emerging knowledge through connection according to the context of the school. We want that the relationships between our students, no matter their age.
Are you including socially disadvantaged children?
We must facilitate the access to socially disadvantaged children through measures. Diversity and redundancy is the main point here because the school is always evolving and changing in order to facilitate the access to this type of children. As you have seen, I have an integrated type of leader because I believe in inclusion. I am a democratic leader because with all these measures I want to listen to my students, and also I believe in respect. For this I have a generational feeling in which everyone should respect each other.
Thank you so much. Return and signal.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Now, another great news. The GMB school has a program which includes any student with disabilities. Contacting with Hermotua.
Hello, we are contacting with Mrs. Perez via phone call. Hello, Mrs. Perez. As a teacher, how have the different educational laws affected the attention to diversity in the Spanish educational system?
The different approaches to attention to diversity have evolved in accordance with the different educational laws. The LHE in the 70s bring special education laws to the regular education system for the first time as a comprehensive treatment in the attention to the diversity of students. The LISMI in the 82 is the first law in Spain referring to people with disabilities, and it is the first legislation that takes into account the principles of school integration. The LUCSE in the 90s establishes the schooling of people in a single system and raises the need for an open and flexible curriculum which can be adapted to the specific needs of each school. The LOCE in 2002 could not be implemented but it modifies the structure of the LOCE. Moreover, the LOE in 2006 refers to a diversity common to all students. It emphasizes attention to diversity as a fundamental principle of basic education. The LONCE in 2013 arises with the need to create an inclusive education system that aims to offer equal opportunities to the students, whatever their condition. And the LOMLOE in the 2020 highlights that the evaluation references will be included in the curricular adaptation without being able to prevent them from being promoted to the next grade.
How has it evolved from segregation to inclusion?
First of all, segregation tries to separate students who are different. These students go to special institutions where the needs of special students are taken care of. To reach inclusion, we must go through integration, where we talk about special educational needs. The LOCE in the 90s proposes the schooling of the students with disabilities in a single system, eliminating segregation in school, which means that the students are in a regular educational center. Educational interventions are carried out by the specialists like the PT and the AL in the classroom or out of it. In inclusion, the students are in educational centers and in the classroom with the rest of their classmates. The educational response is inclusive, the students is progressing with the support of two teachers inside the classroom, and the LONCE creates the inclusive educational system that aims to provide equality by offering equal opportunities. The educational interventions are carried out through shared teaching and cooperative work formed by interactive groups.
Can you give us an example?
An example of diversity to reinforce the educational inclusion and will plan in this case of a student with hearing diversity who suffers from total hearing loss is a school in second grade of primary, and this student only communicates through sign language so that he can follow the classes normally. A sign language translator has been incorporated into the classroom as a teacher, taking advantage of the LOMLOE, which provides us with the possibility of incorporating sign language to the educational offense.
Thank you so much.
Now we are going to ask some questions to a student from the summer school. Getting signal from Andrea Jara. Hello, we are here with Sonia Sanchez. Let's ask her, what is the mark that you deserve and why? According to my work, I think I deserve an 8. I I have worked both individually and in groups. I have accomplished all my tasks and jobs. I have learned individually. I have learned about the subject. I have learned how school works, and I know what I will do in my teacher classes. What is the most crucial idea that you have learned about school organization? The importance of sound decision making in your management process. It provides standard regularities and requirements that you must take into account. Not only I have learned as a teacher, but also as a principal. Is there any idea about school organization that you have explored in schools and you couldn't imagine before? The complexity about schools. For me, it was a topic out of my hands. As a teacher, I didn't saw it either, but with this subject, I have achieved its real importance. What is the most crucial idea about attention to diversity that you have learned in this course? How we as teachers are in the duty of the right of equal education, equal opportunities, to ensure optimal students' learning performance, but most important, to eliminate those barriers that many students face. Do you feel you are more aware of the importance of attending to diversity? When I first started, I was aware because I have been work with people with disabilities, but this subject has hit me from a teacher's perspective. What have you learned preparing this video? The importance of synthesizing information, how to communicate properly, and being clear with what I want to say. Thank you so much for answering. Returning signal.
Thank you so much, Sandra. This is the end of today's news. Hope that you have learned something new. See you tomorrow with more news. Bye!